Want to see what I bought in Japan for the fish room? Do ya? Do ya? Alright, fishy folks, back from Japan. Happy Sunday Fun Day to everyone. New camera angle, hope you like it. If not, oh well, let me know. My son made some PVC parts down here and made more of a mess than I did. At least he does take after me, so that's all this on the workbench. But let's see what I got from Japan. I bought myself 2 of these box filters. It's a different brand than the ones I got before. The other brand is better. The guy at the Monster Fish store, Shinano, he said the other one is better, but these are good and actually a little bit cheaper. But this is actually a box filter, and as you can see, I haven't opened this at all. I don't know anything about it other than it's a Japanese box filter. It was made in Japan. Was it made in Japan? Yeah. I typically only want to find stuff made in Japan. But it says Japan's #1 submersible filter, Rokuboy. Triple filtration keeps water healthy and clear in English. I lied, it wasn't made in Japan, it was made in Thailand. But it says the #1 filter in Japan, so you can see here it tells you all the different stuff it does. So the first one, you know, it's got that fancy arrow thing, that must mean it's good. And then, you know, this one, it's the fish's, like he's thinking something from his butt. You know, it's one of those pop-up fish poop. No. And then, of course, this one is Japanese snowflake. All right, so I'm guessing this is mechanical, this is biological, and this is chemical. So let's open it and take a look, shall we? I'm even prepared, I have scissors. All right, instructions in Japanese. I'm sure I can figure it out, or one of you guys will tell me. The carbon is in upside down. All right, so similar design to the other Japanese filter. I'll put a link to that in the description or somewhere up there. All right, well, let's see. It's got 2 tabs here on the bottom you got to push in, and that releases the top portion. And oh, there's carbon in here. I wish there wasn't. But actually, when this goes bad, I'm just going to shove polyfill in here, I think. And then it's got these little rocks for weight and more biological filtration. So yeah, it's pretty similar to the other one, except this has the carbon in it, which I guess I didn't realize, but whatever. So this looks pretty cool, right? Now, what I liked about the other filter, quite frankly, is it had holes on the bottom which sucked up all the detritus, so the tank looked cleaner. This one doesn't have it. This is pretty much a standard box filter that you'd buy here with just preformed filter media. So I guess we'll have to see how it works. If I remember, it does about 57 liters. So all you Europeans, how many gallons is that? I figured it out when I was in Japan. I think it was like 20 maybe, I don't know. 10? It's not that much, it's small. So I got 2 of them. I think they were 500 yen each, so about 480 or something, which isn't bad. You know, we'll see how it works. All right, somebody also told me I have to get Japanese air stones. The bubbles are smaller, is what they told me. So I picked these up. These were 50 yen each, so about 45 cents ish. Or so. And I gotta tell you, the guy at the store, the owner, was super nice. He doesn't watch YouTube, which is fine, but he did say send me a link to the video so he can watch it, and I did, but he hasn't answered. So, and actually I said it in Japanese so he would understand it. But all right, shall we go set up the filter? I mean, what do you think? You want to go see it in the water? There I am. Yeah, let's put it. I don't even know what tank I'm going to put it in just yet. The fish room remodel has begun, and I'll show you that in a second. So let's take a look at the filter in the water, okay? All right, fishy folks, because the fish room is undergoing renovation right now, in the 30 lowboy, the 30 breeder that has the, I guess they're gold dust mollies now, but they were layer-tail, creamsicle layer-tail mollies, and I dropped the black molly in there about a year ago. The black molly since passed away, but obviously its DNA is all over the tank. Anyway, so there's a couple of different fish in here, plus a big sponge filter over here from the 40 breeder that's no longer above it. Anyway, the point of that whole conversation is I have this gang valve for air, and in the goldfish tank there's 2 box filters and the other Japanese sponge filter, which is going to town sucking up detritus. All right, so let's drop this filter in. And get my shoe all wet. All right, there we go. It's working. It's quite frankly nothing exciting. You can see it there in the corner. I guess we'll have to take a look in a week and see how much detritus it's picked up, and see how easy it is to clean. I probably should have bought some more of those other ones, although, to be honest, I like regular sponge filters because all my tanks have fry in them, or most of my tanks have fry, and all the little gunk that's stuck to the filter, fry can eat. So, yeah. Alright, shall we look at the Japanese Airstone, which I mean, somebody told me to buy them, they were cheap, I figured what the heck. Let's go set that up, okay? Alright, fishy folks, I did some fancy cutting here. Basically, I just cut that other line in half, hooked it up again to there. You have some air coming out of here, very little air coming out of here. Alright, let's open up the bag. So, pretty much standard Airstone, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, doesn't really look any different than any other Airstone. Can you see the bubbles? Yeah, you can see them. Shall we get a close-up? Let's get a close-up. Alright, fishy folks, there is the Japanese box filter in action. It's a nice shape, right? I mean, if you're going to have a box filter, you might want to have it look nice, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I like the other one better. I like the other one's shape better, which is right there in the goldfish tank doing work. I like the fact that it has the slits on the bottom for the water intake, and that traps a lot of detritus right away, whereas this one doesn't, has the slits on the side. So I'll check back in about a week and see how this thing looks and see how it goes, and then maybe in a couple weeks we'll do a cleaning of the filters, the box filters, and I'll show you how that works. You may be wondering, why is there filter media in this tank? When I was cleaning up the workbench, I found 3 or 4 bags of it. It's from Aquaclear filters. I used to have a ton of Aquaclears when I had hang-on backs. But I figured I'd just seed it in here, and then when I want to start a new tank, or if a friend needed some seeded filter media, I could just give it to them. What else? Fish room upgrades in progress. You want to see that? Okay. So I mentioned that the 40 breeder that was above here is no longer here, and I took it down yesterday morning, and I put the 2 20s and 110. They still have to be drilled. You know, I have to run air lines, I have to find filters, I have to drill drain lines. There's a bunch of stuff I still have to do, but I'm just putting them there for now so I can start to plan. Because as I build this part of the fish room, I have to figure out where these fish are going to live during the construction. So that kind of makes it easy. You know, I can take the whole bottom row and put them here. And the next phase is probably going to be taking out, actually the next phase is going to be taking out that 55 sump that's way in the back, behind the heater, behind the tanks. What my plan is to take this 15 that's drilled and put it where this 15 is, where the goldfish is, and use that 15 that's not drilled as my sump. Simply because it's low, I think it's going to have enough volume. That's what I have to test when I run my auto water change system. Is the pump sufficient enough that I don't overflow a 15-gallon container? So if I do what I think I'm going to do, then that 15 where the goldfish is will be part of the auto water change system, because currently it's not. And to be blatantly honest, I never change water in there. I just top it up. So I'm guessing all the beneficial bacteria and the plants, you know, usually there's a ton of duckweed on top, so now there's not, but eat up all the nitrates. So then I have to decide what I'm going to do with this 30-gallon breeder tank. It's a heavy sumbitch, and it's a great tank for plants because it's so low and you don't need such a powerful light, but I don't know. In order to drill it, I'd have to empty it. If I'm going to empty it, I probably would end up moving it and put more 20s and stuff here. 2 20s and a 10. But that's, you know, for another day. What's next after that will be I'll be taking down that 30 and that 55 and that 30. So yeah, that's pretty much what's next. The other big thing that I did down here is the 55 that was up on the workbench is now on the floor. This is going to be my packing station since I'm shipping so much fish. If you want to buy any fish, certainly email me at michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. I will send you a stock list and we can work out shipping and payment. Currently I'm still using Google Wallet. However, PayPal will be coming very soon as PayPal verifies my account, I guess, is what we have to do. Obviously this workbench will be coming down, and there will be a rack there and there. So I don't know if you remember, but this 55 I bought off Craigslist. I drove way farther than I thought it was going to be. It was like an hour and a half away. Thought it was going to be closer, and it was like $40. And it was, I mean, it's a drilled 55. Most 55s are tempered, so you can't drill them. When I saw a 55 that was drilled, I jumped at it. I think I paid $40. The problem with this bulkhead, this was all attached when I got it. So the problem with this is it's glued here. So I can't take this off. It's got this big union ball valve. It's like a $20 part. It's a union, so you can unscrew it from here or here, and then it's a ball valve, so you can stop drainage if you want. It's also like, I think it's 1 1/4 pipe, which is a pretty odd size. But all I did was I reduced it down to 1/2 inch, and then used a PVC to PEX connector to run my drain line. So that's the bulkhead situation on this tank. Just a quick piece of advice: if you're ever going to be drilling tanks, I happen to really like bulkheads that are slip on this side and threaded on this side. And basically what that means is I'd be able to unthread this, to unscrew it, if you will, and then take the nut off and take the bulkhead out. Right now I can't. The only way to do it would be to cut it, and then it's garbage. So kind of makes it a little more difficult if you're going to change your mind or move things around. Which I don't care how much planning you do, everyone does that in the fish room. I've done it, Corey's done it, Bob's done it, everyone's done it. So all right, well that's it for the update of the fish room and the Japanese box filter that I bought. If you have any questions, please give me an email. Shoot me an email, michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. Same if you want to buy some fish. The website will be running next week, I hope, and I will make an announcement on that. And then we'll go from there, guys. So Have a great day. Have a great Sunday fun day. Hope everyone stays fishy. See ya. Which is going to town, sucking up Detroit. All right, fishy folks, happy. You think after 18 months of making videos, I know to clear my throat before I start recording.